Hello, I'm Mary Hennihan, and I want to start out by saying I would love to learn some of the new softwares like the Powtoon or FlipSnack and some of the other ones that people have been using, but for right now I'm going to use the ones I know how to do because I don't have a lot of time with 2 courses for the remainder of the semester to do that. So I'm going to start out by saying I just describe myself as a random abstract adventure seeker. Strengths Quest says my top 5 strengths are developer, connectedness, deliberative, belief, and arranger. I am the favorite aunt to 8 nieces and 3 nephews. I'm employed full-time at Ivy Tech Community College in Central Indiana as the Director of Instruction. This is a newly created position. In my free time, I volunteer with various hunger and poverty ministries, and someday I know I'm going to return to my favorite vacation spot in Maine to kayak and really enjoy life off the grid where cell phones don't work. My major is community college leadership with a cognate in adult and community education. I will be pursuing the community college leadership certificate, and I'll likely have an institutional research certificate as well, with just 1 or 2 more classes. Dr. Latz is the chair of my committee. Dr. Roger Wessel is the departmental representative. Dr. Bo Chang is my cognate representative, and Dr. Marilyn Quick is the representative at large. If I stay on schedule, I'll be taking my comprehensive exams in the fall of October 2018. As I reflect back on coursework that I've taken so far, I wrote several papers on new student orientation strategies in community college. And in another course, I wrote about the iPad's measures not being appropriate for measuring community college students. And I learned recently there are going to be new measures starting in the fall of 2015 that will more appropriately measure our part-time students, our transfer students, but they'll still be using the fall 2015 cohort. I created a project for my first research class where we had to find references on specific topics, and I was looking for student success at satellite campuses and couldn't find much. And Dr. Shim said, hey, you might have found a dissertation topic. Not sure if I have or not, but it was an interesting process. Last semester I was able to compare final grades of students in college algebra taught by full-time and part-time faculty. And this was related to satellite campuses because satellite campuses have most of the courses taught by adjunct rather than full-time. As I reflect on other projects completed as a doctoral student, the specific paper or projects that have been most meaningful for me have been the opportunities I've had to interview other people to learn from their experiences. Last fall, I was able to interview 2 low-income adult learners. The stories that they shared with me really helped me understand the struggles that students like them experience while trying to make their lives better through education. Projects that allow me to create items that have the potential of making a real impact also energize me. Last summer, I created several deliverables for the Alumni Relations Project that were to have been used this year. Some of these were alumni recognition at commencement, mailing the alumni flyer with the student's diploma, and adding a paragraph about alumni to our sports programs and theater programs. However, in the fall, the alumni director left our region and the position was not refilled. When I was a child, I was a voracious reader. I started my own lending library. My mom had to tell me to turn out the lights and go to bed. I don't really enjoy reading it as much now because I have so much to do. But I usually, oh dear, I usually read for pleasure every night before going to bed. I have not read a book for pleasure in a really long time. As a writer, in the past I've been described as a good writer. In prior employment, I wrote and received several grants, and much of my writing for work now is really just bullet points and short, simple sentences. When creating writing for class or for other reasons, I really need to arrive at a mindset to kind of get a flow going. If I don't get the correct mindset, I have a difficult time writing. Sometimes I have to take a brief walk outside to achieve this mindset. And by mindset, I don't mean inspiration. I mean I need to frame my mind and concentrate to write. I know that I have limited time to complete writing for class, so sometimes I have to force myself to write because it's the only time I have available. I understand that writing is a continual process. A piece can always be improved and revised. If I have time to set the writing aside for a day or so and review it with new eyes, I always find ways to improve it. Now, to describe my ideal workplace, I often stay in the office beyond work hours to complete writing for class. And I'm going to show you now. I'm still at work and give you a little bit of a tour of my office. I have a desk. That's not going to work. I have to go backwards with a computer. And small printer. I've got newly painted walls. We just moved in a couple weeks ago, so I don't have everything put away. I do have a window. I have a view of Fall Creek Avenue. I can keep my plants on the windowsill. There's good light in here, and it's a good workspace. I've got some books on the shelf. At home, usually have the TV on or music playing. I don't have a desk at home, but I have a very comfortable chair by the window, and next to the chair I have materials that I might need, such as notebooks that have my syllabi in them, textbooks, and the APA style guide. And I use my smartphone as a hotspot for internet. So that's the end of my introduction, and I look forward to working with each of you in class. Stop recording.